Look how handsome he is. Oh my god, I can't even stand it. But anyways, I'm making this little intro video to tell you guys that this video is going to be about Lawrence. It's going to be his 10 things video. I finally decided to make it. And I had an intro recorded, but then I accidentally deleted it. So I'm just showing you how beautiful he is and how much I love him. So yeah, I'm doing a 10 things about him, and then I'll be posting a 101 backstory video about him. And then I will make ones of Tomi, because I'm finally almost done with her face up. She just needs eyelashes. So I will do that, and then, yeah, I'll have some videos about her. She's awesome, by the way. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Okay, so number 1. Lawrence is a prince, which you probably know if you've watched any of my videos about Lawrence. He's a prince of a made-up country, but it's kind of based on like 17th, 18th century France, Germany, over there in Europe. Samson, quit being slurpy. Gross. Okay. And his brother is the king right now. When he's in this form, his brother is the king. So right now Lawrence is 17, and his brother is 22. So yeah, and I'll tell you more about that in the 101 video. So yeah, he's a prince. His mom was the queen. She was the one who inherited the throne. So that's how that is. And number 2, he doesn't like politics, which really sucks because he's a prince. He really dislikes, like, just all the BS, pretty much. And he really hates, like, the strict etiquette, and which his mom was kind of the same way. She didn't like that either, but it's the way the court had been forever, and so they were... It's very French. If you know anything about Marie Antoinette and her whole time period, it's like that, like super strict. There's all these rules, and blech. He hates it. Yeah, but I like reading about it, so sorry, Lawrence. And he's like not interested in being king. Like, he's not at all. He doesn't. No. Nope. Okay, number 3. His interest is actually like biology. Especially birds. They're his favorite thing to study and learn about. That part of his character is kind of inspired by Charles Darwin, who is super awesome, and like the biology part. And I imagine him as being like Darwin before there was Darwin. Like, of course Darwin doesn't exist in this century or this world, but he would be like that world's Darwin, I think. It's kind of my mind. But he studies all kinds of animals and all that kind of stuff. And then I've been going back and forth whether he's agnostic or atheist. I don't know. I don't think he knows really, because in the world is like really religious, of course, like typical Catholic, really religious and strict and blah 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 blah. So I think he's just kind of in this. He doesn't like to talk about it, because if he did, they'd be like, yeah, blah, they'd freak out. So I don't know. He's probably agnostic or atheist. I don't know. One of those two. Okay, number 4, he's super close with Theodore, because they share common trauma from their childhood, from his childhood. So they're really, really close because of that. So they really understand each other, and they've been through a lot together, and they were all that each other had for a long time. So, and I'll talk about that more in the 101 video. But, and so they don't really have, like, rivalry, and as, like, they don't even have the same interests, so they can't really fight, because they don't want the same things, so they're not trying to, like, he's not interested in Theodore's throne, and Theodore's not interested in birds, or whatever else, so that's that. So Lawrence definitely suffers from depression, like really bad. He's super moody. He's really shy, especially around girls, which makes me giggle. It's like one of my favorite, I don't know, characteristics of dudes when they're really tongue-tied and goobery around girls. I think it's the cutest thing ever. He puts on this like really gruff, prickly, exterior, but he's actually super kind and sweet and thoughtful. So yeah, he puts off this mean, grumpy pants exterior, but he's actually a super sweet and caring guy, and he really cares a lot about his family. And I pretty much just explained my husband. So there you go. He's super based on my husband. That could be another 10 thing, but anyways, and he's inherited the depression stuff from his mom, because his mom's got a lot of problems. Number 6 is Felina is his best friend. They grew up together, because Lawrence's mom is kind of more not into the strict court crap. She didn't really care that, like, they played with peasant kids and stuff. So Felina is a peasant girl, and they are best friends, and they have a super deep connection. They're actually in love with each other, but of course, star-crossed love is my favorite thing ever. He's a prince and she's a peasant. Can they ever be together? Will we ever know? I don't know. So yeah, they're in love, but they don't talk about it. Like, they don't, it's not like they're in a secret love affair or whatever. Like, they just don't talk about it to each other. Like, he knows he's in love with her and she knows she's in love with him, but they don't express it to each other because of the consequences, because they're terrified if people found out and what it would mean. And I'll talk more about that too at another date, probably, I don't know when, but I could talk all day about Felina and Lawrence and their star-crossed love. Oh my god. So number 7, he's super close to his mom, though she doesn't live with them because she is crazy, and she lives, when he's a kid, she lives in an asylum, and then after Theodore becomes king, she's moved to like a house out in the country and is taken care of by nurses and stuff. But he writes to her almost every day, and he goes and visits her as often as he can, and he's really super close to his mom. And then this is the point in the list where I couldn't think of much to go on about, so they're just kind of fluffy things about him. His favorite place to be is at by this tree that him and his mom planted, and it has like pink flowers, and it's really big, and it's like this one tree in the middle of this, like, these plains, like these rolling hills, and they planted it whenever he was a kid, and it's his favorite place to go, and it gives him inspiration, and it makes him happy and it makes him sad kind of at the same time, but he really likes it there. And then he also plays the piano. He can probably play several instruments, but he likes playing the piano. That's his favorite piano. I'd like to make him a piano because I don't think I could buy one because it'd probably be a fortune. I'll probably make him one out of something. I don't know, balsa wood or something. And then number 10, he practices taxidermy, which I, in real life, don't really, I'm not into taxidermy, but he's kind of like an amateur taxidermist. He kind of just teaches himself, pretty much. Like, I guess he could find a master taxidermist and study from them, but he's not really one to seek out people. So he he just kind of teaches himself, and over time, of course, he gets better and more experience with it, and he reads and studies about it and stuff. So that was my 10 things. Can you believe I finally made 10 things? I'm excited. And now I should do my 101 video about him.
so that all the things I was like, yeah, I'll tell you about that later. I can tell you about that. And then you guys will be like, oh. So yeah, that was it. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.